Can someone please explain to me how we are actively letting foreign interests shape our country? We vote and elect our politicians to represent our interests. However, a huge portion of the money that funds their campaign is given by foreign countries to ensure politicians that are sympathetic to their wants and needs get a head start over those who aren't. What if I told you that right now, today, foreign-connected money is flowing into American political campaigns through a system so complex, so deliberately opaque, that even the federal government can barely track it? Not Russian hackers. Not covert operatives sneaking around in the dark. But legal, or at least technically legal, money moving through PACs, super PACs, shell companies, and dark money nonprofits. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is campaign finance law. And once you understand how it works, you'll never look at a political ad the same way again. Segment 1. What is a PAC? Let's start with the basics. What exactly is a PAC? PAC stands for Political Action Committee. It's a legal entity that pools campaign contributions from members, employees of a company, members of a union, or supporters of an ideological cause, and donates those funds to political campaigns, ballot initiatives, or other political efforts. According to Open Secrets, the nation's premier nonpartisan tracker of money and politics, a PAC is formed. The moment an organization receives or spends more than $1,000 for the purpose of influencing a federal election, and registers with the Federal Election Commission, the FEC. Traditional PACs operate under strict limits. They can give up to $5,000 directly to a federal candidate per election. They have to disclose their donors. And they can't take money directly from corporate or union treasuries. For a long time, that seemed like a reasonable system. Then came 2010. And everything changed. In January 2010, the Supreme Court issued its landmark ruling in Citizens United v. Federal Election Commission. The court's majority held that the government could not restrict independent political expenditures by corporations, nonprofits, or labor unions. Justice Anthony Kennedy wrote that such spending do not give rise to corruption. That single sentence, as the Center for American Progress has documented, incinerated a century of campaign finance law. Within months, a federal appeals court extended the logic of Citizens United to create what we now know as the Super PAC. Segment 2, Super PACs, no limits. Here's the critical distinction. A traditional PAC can give a candidate up to $5,000. A super PAC can spend unlimited amounts, but it's technically not allowed to coordinate directly with a campaign. I say technically because, as NPR has reported, the laws that were supposed to keep super PACs from collaborating with candidates have gone largely unenforced. In fact, the FEC has received dozens of complaints about coordination between campaigns and super PACs and has yet to open a meaningful investigation. The numbers tell the story. In 2008, before Citizens United, outside groups spent about $144 million on elections. By 2024, that figure had exploded to more than $4.2 billion, according to the Center for American Progress. That's a 28-fold increase in 16 years. And who's writing the big checks? According to data from Open Secrets and the nonpartisan group Represent Us, in 2024 just a handful of mega donors dominated super PAC spending. Elon Musk funded a super PAC supporting Donald Trump, with Trump's campaign reportedly outsourcing significant operations to it. Kenneth Griffin, hedge fund billionaire, contributed more than $74 million to Republican-aligned super PACs. Michael Bloomberg poured more than $40 million into Democratic-aligned super PACs. A single dark money nonprofit called Future Forward USA Action transferred more than $56 million into the Future Forward USA Super PAC supporting Kamala Harris, without disclosing where it got the money. That last example introduces us to a critical piece of this puzzle: dark money. Segment 3, Dark Money, the Invisible Hand. Dark money is political spending where the donor is never publicly disclosed. It flows primarily through nonprofit organizations registered under Section 501(c)(4) of the tax code, so-called social welfare organizations. Here's how it works. A donor, anyone, really, gives money to a 501(c)(4) nonprofit. That nonprofit is not required to publicly disclose who donated to it. The nonprofit then transfers that money to a super PAC. The super PAC is required to disclose its donors, but it lists the nonprofit, not the original human or corporate donor. The original source stays hidden. As Open Secrets explains, this extra step allows super PACs to keep their donors secret without technically breaking any laws. It's a legal money laundering operation for political influence. One super PAC in the 2024 cycle received a single transfer of $205 million from its affiliated nonprofit. $205 million, and voters had no idea where it originally came from. The Campaign Legal Center has noted that the two government agencies charged with enforcing the laws governing nonprofits and political activity are doing practically nothing to stop dark money abuses. The FEC is frequently deadlocked along partisan lines. The IRS rarely investigates political nonprofits. So these groups operate, as the Campaign Legal Center put it, with impunity. And here's where it gets even more alarming. This dark money pipeline is also the primary mechanism through which foreign money can enter American politics. Segment 4, Foreign Money, the Loopholes. The Federal Election Campaign Act, FECA, explicitly prohibits foreign nationals from making contributions or expenditures in U.S. elections. It's illegal. But there's a massive gap in the law. Here's the first legal loophole: foreign-owned companies operating in the United States can set up American subsidiaries. Those subsidiaries can legally form PACs. And those PACs can collect contributions from American employees and donate them to federal candidates. According to Open Secrets, this is tracked as foreign-connected PACs, and in the 2024 election cycle, they contributed more than $21.8 million to federal candidates, split roughly between both parties. This is legal. The money comes from American employees. But the parent company, headquartered in London, Tokyo, Toronto, Zurich, or Riyadh, sets the business context, employs those workers, and benefits from the political influence those donations buy. Now here's the second, darker loophole: shell companies and dark money nonprofits. According to research from the ECU Action Fund, a foreign entity can anonymously create a shell LLC in the United States. That LLC then donates to a 501c4 nonprofit, which doesn't publicly disclose its donors. The nonprofit routes the money to a super PAC. At every step, the original foreign source is obscured. We know this happens because we have documented cases. In 2016, wealthy Mexican businessman Jose Suzumo Escano Matsura was convicted of conspiracy for donating more than $500,000 to U.S. candidates using American straw donors to hide his identity, according to the ECU Action Fund's research. Cases documented by Inside Political Law include Lev Parnas and Igor Fruman, associates of Rudy Giuliani, who were charged with funneling foreign money into American campaigns. Ahmad Zuberi pleaded guilty to funneling foreign funds into hundreds of thousands of dollars in illegal campaign contributions. In 2016, Bilal Shoo admitted to illegally routing $80,000 from a foreign national into Barack Obama's 2012 re-election campaign. And those are just the ones we caught. Segment 5, Foreign Connected PACs, Country by Country. Let's talk specifics. Which countries have the biggest presence through foreign connected PACs and lobbying operations in American politics? Based on data from Open Secrets Foreign Connected PAC Tracker and the Foreign Agents Registration Act (FARA) filings compiled by the Quincy Institute for Responsible Statecraft, here is a verified list of countries with active foreign connected PACs or major lobbying presences in American politics. United Kingdom, British multinationals including major financial, pharmaceutical, and energy companies have U.S. subsidiary PACs that are consistently among the most active foreign connected donors. Japan, Japanese automotive and electronics companies with massive U.S. operations maintain active PACs through subsidiaries like Toyota, Honda, and Sony. Canada, Canadian financial and energy sector companies with U.S. subsidiaries are significant donors through foreign connected PACs. Germany, German automakers and industrial companies including Volkswagen and Siemens operate PACs through their American subsidiaries. France, French multinationals in aerospace, luxury, and finance maintain active U.S. political footprints. Switzerland, Swiss pharmaceutical giants including Novartis and Roche operate through American divisions with active PACs. Saudi Arabia, while direct PAC contributions from Saudi entities are prohibited, the kingdom spent more on Washington lobbying than nearly any other nation in recent FARA reporting cycles. Saudi Arabia has paid millions to top DC lobbying firms to influence U.S. policy on arms sales, oil production, and regional conflicts. United Arab Emirates, the Quincy Institute found the UAE running significant influence campaigns through FARA-registered lobbyists, including efforts tied to arms procurement and regional policy. Israel, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, IPAC, which is a domestic organization, operates the United Democracy Project Super PAC, which spent more than $100 million in the 2022 and 2024 election cycles to shape congressional races around U.S.-Israel policy. This is a legally domestic PAC, but it explicitly advocates for US policy positions favorable to a foreign ally. China. According to Open Secrets, China has spent more than $418 million on FARA registrants since 2016, more than any other country. Most of this has gone to Chinese state media operations. Direct campaign contributions from Chinese connected entities remain a major concern for US intelligence officials. Ukraine. Before and during the war with Russia, Ukraine engaged in significant lobbying operations through FARA-registered firms, including direct outreach to congressional offices. Azerbaijan and Armenia. Both nations have run parallel lobbying campaigns in Washington tied to their ongoing territorial conflict, targeting members of the House and Senate Foreign Affairs committees. Democratic Republic of Congo. The Quincy Institute found the DRC running a notable influence campaign, seeking U.S. support related to mining rights and regional security. The Quincy Institute's 2024 analysis noted that FARA registrants made $14.3 million in political contributions in the 2022 to 2023 period alone, and that the top recipients were often prominent party leaders and heads of key congressional committees. Segment 6: How the system is rigged, and who profits. Here's the systemic problem that ties all of this together. When a foreign-connected company's PAC donates to a senator who sits on the committee that regulates that company's industry, that's not a coincidence. That's strategy. When a 501c4 dark money group funded by unknown donors runs millions of dollars in attack ads against a candidate who opposes a specific trade policy, and we never find out who paid for it, that's not a free speech issue. That's a transparency failure. And when the FEC deadlocks along partisan lines on every major enforcement case, nothing gets investigated. Nothing gets punished. And the money keeps flowing. The revolving door makes it worse. Senior congressional staffers and former members of Congress routinely move into lobbying jobs, often representing foreign governments and foreign corporations. CREW, Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, has documented how FARA enforcement has been described by the DOJ's own Inspector General as lacking a comprehensive enforcement strategy. The result is a political system where foreign governments and foreign corporations have found entirely legal, or barely illegal and unenforced, pathways to influence the people who write America's laws, set America's trade policy, decide America's military spending, and determine America's foreign policy. Segment 7: What can be done? So what's the solution? Reformers across the political spectrum have proposed several concrete steps. First, mandatory disclosure. Require all 501c4 organizations that spend money on elections to disclose their donors, period. No more dark money laundering. Second, close the subsidiary loophole. Prohibit U.S. subsidiaries with significant foreign ownership from operating POCs, or require those POCs to certify that no foreign-directed funds were used. Third, strengthen FARA enforcement. Give the Department of Justice the resources and the mandate to actually prosecute violations, and close the revolving door between Congress and foreign lobbying with meaningful cooling-off periods. Fourth, fix the FEC. Reform the Commission so it cannot be permanently deadlocked and can actually investigate and penalize coordination between campaigns and super POCs. And fifth, public pressure. Transparency databases like Open Secrets exist. They are free to use. Every American voter can look up where PAC money is coming from, and vote accordingly. The system as it stands today was not designed to protect voters. It was designed, deliberately, piece by piece, court ruling by court ruling, to protect the flow of money. Foreign governments know this. Multinational corporations know this. And now, you know it too. So who is representing us? Between the POCs, super POCs, and lobbyists, does our voice even have a chance? Or are they falling on deaf ears? If this video opened your eyes, share it. And let's explore more together.